Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 91, Day 6. So today, of course, we got ourselves some green Guild War Day, finishing up all the weekly things as well as all the normal spoilers for the week, and we have quite a few since it's the first week of the month, which means a new Mythic next Friday, as well as, I believe we're getting a new faction, though last I recall, the troops weren't updated for it, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening with that. Because last I checked on the spoiler thread, there's still 2 to be determined, so not sure what's up with that. Maybe they're delaying the faction. But anyways, let's go head over to the official post for now and go from there. No new troops should begin to drop T-Bowl because they added the moon the most recent week. Of course, we just ended up getting that on Monday, Day of the Jackal. So, anything special with this? Is the scoring decent for once, unlike last week? I would sure hope so. Gosh, that last week was so annoying. Or, you know, the most recent week we had. But anyways, as far as the epic that we're getting, it is a 16 mana cost. A little bit weird for an epic. Is its ability good? That's a little bit strange for an epic. It def marks a random enemy, then creates 1 to 3 blue. Oh! Oh. That's all you had to say. Oh, okay. That's interesting. It consistently creates its own color and potions. If an enemy is frozen, there's a 50% chance to gain an extra turn. It freezes on Skull. Obviously, you'd want to use a more consistent freeze on your team. And that's only if there's a freeze. It doesn't stack to 100% if there's multiple. Unfortunately. That's interesting. If it creates 1 potion, it's kind of meh. If it creates 2, that's pretty good. If it creates 3, that's going to be absolutely insane. Or, you know, it's completely random which one it does. It seems a little too random compared to the flask that just came out. But if nothing else, the potions that it does create will always be into its own color, 100% of the time. It's not bad. It just seems a bit inconsistent compared to using flask. Like, if you have flask, you probably won't be messing as much with this troop. But this is definitely the most viable non-flask potion option in the game. Or at least currently, anyways. It's not bad. I don't know, a lot of these potion troops seem like they're going to have potential. Going to be interesting to see how all of them end up panning out overall. But that definitely has potential, but it feels weaker than Flask overall. Even though its consistency of doing the right color is better, its consistency of extra turning is a lot lower. Because even if you have freeze on the enemy team, it's only 50% chance. Otherwise, it's 0% chance unless you get like ultra lucky with the potion drops. So he's going to be a little inconsistent unless he does gain an extra turn. Honestly, creating potions kind of reminds me of like Jumble the Board. Where, like, it's almost a useless mechanic unless you specifically can get an extra turn off it. Not because it's completely useless, but because the rate at which it's actually going to be useful kind of requires that extra turn. Otherwise, it is very likely not to be useful. So, I don't know. It definitely has potential. As far as scoring, I believe it's not anywhere near as annoying as last week, or this week, I should say. Yep, it looks like Rarity Order. Yay! No! Except for Haunted Tower. Why is Haunted Tower in the middle of nowhere? Oh, Haunted Tower has a increasing thing. As the battles gain, or if you battled again, Haunted Tower and Ultimate Doom. Okay, so Haunted Tower actually is worth more points. Yay, that is correct order. Yay, they posted in correct order for once. Even though this is lower, it's actually higher because the extra bonus that it gets from that. So yeah, Ultimate Doom of Ice is the highest priority. Haunted Tower second highest. Bone Dragon being third. So those are the main 3 that you have to remember. The rest are just basically rarity order. And why on earth did it just go like that? Wait, what? That was weird. What just happened? Why did the thing break? She just edited it and broke the post. Wait, what? Well, I can't even see the edits either. Oh, maybe I have to be logged in. Am I going crazy? Did she just edit it and break the post? Oh no. The screen's just being weird. Why did the show full posts button go away? But anyways, because I thought that was only 1 edit when we came in and now it's 2. She might have, but I don't know, not sure what happened with the show full post. But anyways, yeah, it's just that order. Main thing that you have to remember is Ultimate Doom of Ice is highest priority, Haunted Tower is second highest, Bone Dragon is third. From there, just remember not to do Mummified King and you'll be perfectly fine. So it's basically rarity order, but you just have to remember what the legends are. Because I assume all 3 of those are legends because they are legends. Though Haunted Tower, that's not a troop we currently own? What is Haunted Tower? That's not a thing, right? Yeah, Haunted Tower is not a thing. Interesting. Are we getting that troop at some point soon? Maybe the end of the season? What was the thing that we get? Maybe it's going to make a Haunted Tower. I'm looking for... Actually, maybe from the spoilers even show it. Because does the thing all the way at the end here seem like it could be a Haunted Tower? The star? Possibly. That doesn't seem like too likely, though. Anyways, let's go bring up the other thing. Because there's several troops that we need to go look at. I'm kind of curious if we're getting a tower at the end of the thing. If I could type this correctly. If I could type it correctly. Gosh, how many mistypes do I have to do? Alright, there we go. So, let's go over to troops first. Because there are several things we need to do here. The first is tower. There's no tower or anything coming in anytime soon. Alright, just making sure. However, what I really want to see here is the Mythic. Unfortunately, all 4 of the new troops coming next Friday, assuming we're still getting a new faction next Friday, are all to be determined, so I have no clue what's up with them. They all have default nothings. And they don't have 3 mana costs. That's just the default for when something has no mana cost. But, yeah, I'm not sure what else was up with that. The files are there for the graphics. And their troop typing and all that. And we know it's associated Dragon's Claw. Well, it's pretty obvious, too, with the icon and everything. But, yeah, we don't know what any of their abilities are, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Anyways, what we can look at, though, is the new Mythic that's coming out next Friday. This is coming out, what is that then at this point? 5 days from now? Or, you know, Friday. You know when Friday is. But, anyways, we got Ullr coming in. Mythic from Glacial Peaks, Divine Fae. As far as what it does, it's kind of an inverse of a troop we got a couple months back. Except this one actually seems a bit more viable. It's a blue, brown, purple. And it ends up eliminating magic +1 attack from the first 2 enemies. Magic +1 magic from the last 2 enemies, and drains all mana from the 2 strongest enemies. So it's kind of like that one that buffs your allies by a bunch, except this ends up destroying the enemy by a bunch. And overall, this should be quite a bit better, since it ends up getting attack away from things that need attack, ends up reducing magic from the generally the things that are going to be surviving, and it ends up mana draining the 2 strongest. So overall, yeah, it's not that bad. The main thing that's kind of interesting about it is its vinyl trait. It's a little bit annoying that you have to do it specifically with blue. However, the actual effect that it does is amazing. It freezes and fairy fires a random enemy. So that alone, amazing. Unfortunately, it's specifically when you take blue, not extra turn, which is a little bit more of a restriction. Generally, you want those to be whenever it's an extra turn and not specifically a specific color, because that means you have to actually build these characters into that kind of color build in order for them to get full value. In his case, instead of being able to be built into any kind of extra turn spam team, he kind of has to be oriented into a bit more of a blue spam team. However, he can end up being used with Truffle, he can end up being used with a Beatrix to kind of have that cleanse, and then you can just kind of go from there, get your blues, and, you know, just have your extra turn spam. You can end up doing it with Jar. Jar is going to have pretty good synergy since it has color overlap while also having different colors. So you can end up doing Jar, hope it goes into blue or purple, have it do it that way. The new troop are getting tomorrow. You can create blue potion, so there's that going for it. Overall, not horrible. I just feel like it's so situational that it's probably not going to be used. Other big issue it has, similar to a lot of these kind of troops, is no extra turn chance on ability. And that combined with a final trait that kind of needs it. Going to be a little bit weird overall, because he's just going to end his turn, and while he will get a lot of value from his cast, he does not have any extra turn potential on top of that, meaning a lot of things that can end up looping and having loop potential will end up just being better than this thing overall, meaning very rarely is it going to be used. It's still not better than Queen of Tanya. Queen of Tanya is still hanging in there as one of the best, if not the best, fairy fires in the game, and even as we get more options, she's still kind of hanging on. But yeah, it's not a bad mythic. I just feel like it's so situational that you're not going to use it much. It's definitely not a must-have. It's really utility-based mythic. You can live without it, but it's still okay. Obviously be getting it and messing around with it, but it's definitely usable. Anyways, so that's that. Unfortunately, we can't see what all the faction stuff is for next Friday. I'm not even sure if we're getting a faction event next Friday with how weird those troops are on that screen. But hopefully we will. But anyways, of course, next week we got our evasions going on and the world event. Or sorry, that was this thing. We have the world event faction. We have the Tuesday faction for the Fangmoor. Wednesday we'll end up having the Kedar class event, or not the class event, but the head, the one for the undead bonus. Thursday, we'll end up having the key to our class, which is the Necromancer. Overall, it's actually not too bad of a hero class. Ever since we got Archmages, it tends to overshadow it a bit. But Necromancer is still usable for some things. Also has the highest amount of soul gain of any hero class. And while that's not relevant to a lot of people, it is relevant to some soul-based teams that have boost ratio based on souls, so it still has that going for it. And aside from that, this Friday, yeah, I have no clue what's happening, though. Supposedly, we're getting a new faction. However, we don't really know much info on that new faction, since, yeah, the troops just don't have any info. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen next Friday, but supposedly, we are getting a new faction. So that'd be fun if we do. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. We'll find out soon. But, yeah, in the data, they still don't have anything. And we're not getting a patch between then or then either. Like, next patch isn't for probably like 3-4 weeks as far as the next Gems of War major patch. So, yeah, I'm not sure what up's that. We'll find out soon. Maybe they'll completely forget about it and then they release their first campaign with, like, no troops. Because they're all broken and it doesn't even function. That'd be funny. Pretty sure they won't forget that hard. They have yet to do such a thing. Anyways, with that all out of the way, let's go to Guild Wars. Still haven't done that yet. Oh, so hello, everyone. I haven't said hello to everyone yet. Hello, Mister. Hello, Glim. Or, Gimli. Or Gimli? I'm not sure how you say that. But welcome. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Oh, yeah, the new World event's much better than this week. It's a lot more straightforward. Basically, just do a rarity order for the most part. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Gemgod DS. Hello, hello, Dizin. Hello, Andre. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Logic Slayer. And hello, Vernes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go to this Guild War already. So we got Green Guild War. For Green Guild War, I'm pretty sure we're still running some kind of true damage build with Beatrix, which is that. Sounds like a plan. Right, let's roll it. Do we even need this? I guess we need it. 20% 8 magic. We could go straight magic, but I kind of do want that little bit of extra starting mana. But let's get into it then. Looks like we've won 3 of them, and we've probably lost 3 of them because it looks like we're going to lose on this particular day. For whatever reason, we have fallen down a little bit. Not sure why. Well, once everyone gets their battles in, we should pretty much be dead center again. We definitely don't want to use the flask theme, that's for sure. That was for the video. But as far as Guild War Green, we'll be messing with this. 20% into 8 magic seems perfectly fine. We obviously need the magic damage. He just have a Tide Caller, so he just gets to start with a freeze. I think we'll completely ignore that because Beatrix. That's one nice thing about this team. We do have a Beatrix to end up cleansing that out, so we don't need to worry about it. Hello, Roman! Welcome. Unfortunately, no extra turn at starting board. However, I believe he just froze the thing as impervious, so that's pretty convenient. Fortunately, he did get a convert there. Got to be pretty careful. That purple to green is going to get so much value on this current board. And I did not believe we have a viable way of actually stopping it. I kind of want to keep the Skull Distract in play. So I'm actually going to do this to give him 2 Skull Distracts, make it even more likely he'll take 1. Then we'll go clear the board and hope he doesn't have anything. He luckily does not have alignment. We then go crazy with Beatrix, and then we won. It's already over. Actually, it's not over until this lands. Okay, now it's over. Because now we just go for that, just for the safe guarantee kill, just in case something weird happens. We'll then go for this. Oh, no! Oh, he still got value there. Oh, I should have tried for Beatrix Loop. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to go for Green Surge here. And that's pretty much match. Get the Beatrix going. I gave him too much value there. I didn't want to risk it, which is why I did that. But in doing so, gave him a little bit of value. Not too big a deal. Alright, 1 down, 4 to go. This team generally works out pretty well. Has a lot of backup plans for when things go bad. Has a resummon. Has a lot of mana accumulation to it. Has a backline tank of Leprechaun to kind of sitting there. The only problem is if they somehow get a triple kill or, you know, kill all the way up to Leprechaun. Leprechaun on his own can't really do much. Which, of course, is slightly problematic depending on the situation. Also, how much value are you getting on turn 1? Oh, no. The worst thing that Beatrix Loop has to deal with. Another Beatrix Loop. Because you missed and then you just feed the enemy the Beatrix Loop. I kind of want to take this purple, hope it surges, and go for green off the sky. The chance of that happening is so ridiculously low that I think we just take a green here to be safe. So he'll do a thing. He'll do another thing. Luckily we have the backup tank. Good old backup tank coming through for us. Luckily we landed extra turn. Unfortunately it was not enough mana and I did not believe we have enough damage. That is very bad. I might just have to throw a Weaver just for the sake of throwing it. Just so he doesn't get extra damage from all his spells. He might get a little bit of value here, but we just take those greens and just go into our own value, and then we win. Somehow not full mana, but we just take that, and then you're dead. Alright, that was a bit of a sketchy battle, but we did get an automatic resummon there since it has a 100% chance of reviving. Unless they specifically go out of their way to stun it. But yeah, it's pretty nice. 100% chance to get a Fortress Gate. Oddly enough, it's almost like a legendary trait, even though it's a rare. Because even though this theoretically can go on any troop, it is currently the only troop in the entire game that has this trait. The capability of summoning a Fortress Gate whenever it dies. Which is pretty nice. Especially for Guild War days like this. Because it makes sure that we still have a brown to feed something into Beatrix. So we're still getting that mana going. Also, is every single person in this guild running the same team? Luckily, Beatrix build somewhat counters Beatrix build. It's basically which one runs quicker. It's a battle of who runs quicker at this point. The quicker Beatrix wins. Luckily, we have an advantage in that regard. So we'll do that. We'll do that again. Luckily, we landed an extra turn off of that. I'm going to take that just for the sake of it. Got a good Weaver down there. And I should just be dead. Yep, we're dead. We're dead, I should say. Hello, Nexus! Welcome! Alright, 2 more to go. Of the exact same team, apparently, because this entire guild wants to use the exact same team. Across every possible battle. That sometimes makes it easier, though, if it's a team that you can manage. I think we're managing okay. I can take it all blue here. Blue to blue. The only concern with that is, unless they both surge, it's not enough mana. Let's go with our pluses right now. Even if they do both surge, that's not enough mana. Let's go for Explosion then and hope it doesn't go badly. And it could have gone better. It didn't go too bad though. Kind of want to go for Weaver just in case he starts getting mana going, but I also don't want him to mana drain us, so I'm going to go for this and risk it all. It unfortunately failed, and he got value, and he got more value, and he got more value on top of that value, on top of that value, on top of that value. Luckily that has a 100% chance to revive. Yellow to green. Oh no. Alright, so I'm going to have to take it that way then. And make sure he doesn't get an extra turn. And as long as this lands, we win. We won. It's over. Do I risk it again? Yes. Okay. Do we risk it again? Yes. Good. We won. It's over. Now we played safe, do that, and then kill it with Beatrix. Could have just kept doing Beatrix if we wanted to, but if we miss a single time, we kind of lose. So good idea not to do that and try to get the Weaver in as soon as you can. A little bit less points, but the safety of it is very high. Okay, we're up against Frost Mage. That would normally be a threat. However, it's not because we have Cleanse. So a single extra turn gets rid of every single threat like that. So we're already cleansed. It's like he doesn't even have it. Okay, I guess we just go for Explosion. Hope we get extra turn off the Browns, and then we win. Unfortunately. Oh, no, we did get an extra turn. Somewhere's in there. All right, we'll take that. Somehow we do not have full Beatrix mana. That's rather unfortunate. I'll take that just to try to get something rolling. Unfortunately, nothing happens out of it. Tempted just a Leprechaun here. And hope something works out. Nice, a yellow extra turn. I don't need the mana. However, I do need the extra turn. Another Beatrix. Please don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. Good, I got automatic extra turn. That's not kill range. That's unfortunate. I gotta go for mana here. Actually, I could do that. Gotta go for Leprechaun, I think. There's some kind of other weird way I can get mana again. I'm not seeing it, though. Weaver's not in kill range yet. I'm gonna have to go for this. Okay, as long as he doesn't automatically win right now, we won. We won. Okay, it's over. We'll take that just so we don't have to deal with freeze. We'll do that and hope we land extra turn. We did it, and now we won. We'll do that. That brings... Oh, no! Spell reduction! No! Spell reduction got me. Fail. Oh, now it has some urge, too. Double no! Oh, we might actually lose just to spell reduction. That would hurt. Imagine losing to 25% spell reduction. Being the entire reason why you lost the battle. Whoops. Oh, so they just denied all my greens. What on earth do we even want here? Give me a new board, please. Thank you. Weaver, go kill this time. Weaver, go. Before they do something sketchy. There we go. We won as long as we get a Beatrix down. It's over. Oh, yeah, that could have been very exceedingly bad. Somewhat forgot about the spell reduction there. Overall, a nice recovery. And yeah, our score kind of hurt a little bit from some of those battles because of that. But overall, I'm happy with that. I'll take it. We didn't move up on leaderboard, though. Not sure why our score is so low. Has someone not done all their battles? Aha! by Polar Bear. Where have you been? Not sure what's up with them. Have they done their gold donation and everything? Because they have not done their guild wars. Also, we're missing a person too. We need to go find some peoples. We need to find 2 people. You find that one slot first, though. Yeah, they haven't done their thingies yet. How long have they been around? They've been around for quite a while, haven't they? 2 years. Might be vacation. I'm not sure. If anyone from the guild knows, let me know. But, anyways. I don't think we had anything on the adventure board. 10 writs. That's basically nothing. But it is slightly more than nothing, so we shall go for it. It is so ridiculously close to nothing. Let's have a resource that's annoying to get, so I'll go for it. Looking for Phoenicia. Oh, Zala sent me a message on Discord. I haven't checked Discord all day. I'll check it later. After stream. I'll check it after. Maybe we'll go clear out dungeons and probably hand out a code. And the rest of the time we'll probably just mess with Explore 12, get those token grinds in. It's been a while since we've seen a Nisha. We've gotten quite a few Anus this week though. But a little dry on Nisha. The token hunt continues. I was gonna say, what's that tower? It's either on this tower. It's like, there shouldn't be any random towers, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a troop now, isn't it? That's why it's there. And of course, it's Diamond Day. Always want to make sure you claim your diamonds on Diamond Day. Every day you should be doing the daily dungeons, though. But especially on Sunday. It's also the only day where it's 100% worth going for the 50 gem offer for the extra diamonds as well. Theoretically, it's worth doing every single day if you have the gems to do it and you still need every mythic in the game. Or, you know, if you still want to get more progress towards the mythics in the game. However, on Sunday, it is 100% always worth it. Even if you only have 50 gems left and this is your last 50 gems, it is still worth doing it. It is that good a value. Also, hello, Bill! Welcome! Welcome, welcome. It is just that good a value. The overall, this Guild War week didn't go too bad. So wait, why are the battles not dying instantly? Am I not running Red Storm? Oh, do they have a counter to my Storm? Yeah, we don't have Red Storm up. I was gonna say, why are we not getting enough damage? Oh, did I get rid of... Oh, that's funny. My Slayer hero class has Blue Storm because I switched it for that one team and I never switched it back. I was like, wait, we should have Red Storm here. And then I forgot. I switched it to Blue Storm earlier for the thing. But yeah, just 50 gems for all this. 100% always worth it. I don't even need diamonds anymore, and I still go for it. It's one of the only few instances of a guarantee Celestial. The diamonds alone are worth the 50 gems, and you get 2 gem keys, which are worth like half that gems anyways. And technically we're getting 84 shards, or diamonds, because the, that's basically 4. You're getting 80 from the thing, so 84 total. What's this flash offer? Wasn't anything useful. Anyways, so we did that. Let's go and hand out a code. Let's see. You're thinking of spending money for the first time on Gems of War. Getting the pass so I can get Flask. Do you think they might nerf it? I don't know. They haven't really nerfed much lately. I don't think they'll nerf Flask. I don't think it's that broken. It's really strong, but I don't think it's broken enough for them to nerf necessarily. If they were to nerf it, I think they would nerf it so it would create different colors rather than all the same. I'm actually really surprised it always creates 3 of the same. That was not something I was expecting before the weapon came out, and then it came out and it's like, oh, they all do the exact same color. But yeah, it's a pretty nice weapon. And of course, you do get other stuff from the campaign pass other than just the weapon. Very rarely is the weapon even viable. This is probably the first season ever where the weapon was a must-have. Season 2 was somewhat that way, where you got Dustbringer. However, the final component for Dustbringer just became available this week for free-to-play players. The Ankh of Nefertani. If you haven't gotten it yet, and you don't own it, worth getting. Because even if you're still missing these other 2 pieces, good to start now. Just start collecting all 3 pieces of Dustbringer, so you could eventually craft it. Normally, it's weaker than Black Manacles or Dawnbringer. However, it's still a good idea to get the components, because if you do ever want to craft it, you have access to be able to craft it. Because if you want to wait around for these 3 weapons to rotate, it's going to take like a year. So get the Ankh of Nefertani now. So you, even if you're missing the other 2, you can end up getting them over time. It's not a must-have weapon, but you generally want to have the components just so you can get it. Because trying to get all 3 components, like when you decide you finally want it, while having none of them, will take absolutely forever for them to rotate around. So definitely make sure to pick a Bank of Nefertani if you still have the resources for it. Highly advise picking up before the end of this week, which is in like, what, 5 hours from now, so definitely worth considering. Not too big a deal, though. Dustbringer's like not a must-have, but it's nice to at least get the components, so if you do want to get it later, you can. Let's see. Oh, we've explained a channel name quite a few times. Not sure if I want to re-explain it again. I think we already explained it earlier this week, didn't we? I think we mentioned it on the Friday stream. We might mention it again in another stream soon. I don't think we're going to do it again tonight. If we did the whole story every single time anyone asked. But there's a reasoning behind it. Wasn't there another question I was about to answer? I completely lost track of what it was. But anyways, let's go hand to the code. As Bill mentions with the squirrels. Let me go get to the code section. Let's see. Grab this. Grab that. Click cut. Click the save. Throw that down into the code section. Put that in there. Put that in there. And get this full thing into you guys. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code will be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over here is what you put it in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chats. Copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with AN. And it gives the same order as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy everyone. There you go. Unusable on PC mobile version. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. But anyway, so we did that. We did that. I think all the world events are done, though, just in case. I'm going to double check. That's not what I wanted. Guild War is obviously done. We just did it. That one is indeed done as well. And let me guess, Invasion is also completed. Yep. Everything is done. Which means we can go focus on doing some Explore grinding then. Which we already have the correct banner set to. Or the correct storm, I should say. The good old Blue Storm. Oh, where did my Blue Storm go? Where did my team go? Oh, duh. I forgot. I moved it because of the video. Oh, that's not the one I even want. That's the one I want. Yeah, if anyone else has any other questions, anything you want me to go over, let me know. Or post the origin story and the channel information below. I know, right? I don't know. I don't feel like other people ever get asked that as much as we do. I feel like almost every single week someone asks. I guess it's because it's a little bit more of an uncommon name. Though I did find out ever since I did do that nickname that Tacit actually is like a actual name. So we're not the only Tacits. Well, no, before it ever was a nickname of mine, it actually is a name that exists. It's not that common in America, though. Like, at all. But, it is a name that is used. Let's see. We'll take that over. Get the flask running. Also, it's always funny when the 1 mana actually is enough to get it rolling. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Get her destroy down. That's funny, even got done with the red, but hey, still an extra turn in there. It all works out. Come on, Nisha Metal. See all of them. Yeah, I need to fix up my description too. My description's all over the place. It's like a work in progress. Also, I think we're going to get rid of all the donation thingies in there. As far as like the trackings for them. There's quite a few things that already keep track of them anyways. And I still keep a master list of it. I just really want to clean up the description for our videos because it is just an absolute mess currently. I want to minimize it by a lot. I'll be doing that in the near future. All the donations are still greatly appreciated though. But just starting to get really annoying to constantly keep updating it every single time. And there's quite a few things that already keep track of it anyways, if we ever want to know what those numbers are. Let's see. Also, Isabel is the highest donator, if I'm not mistaken, now, too. I don't think the list below shows it, but she is as far as total. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Grab herself a Zooguff. Take the other thing. But yeah, that's where the name ended up coming from. It was just from when I used to do solo competition in music. and one of the quiz thingies had the only thing I basically got wrong on it was the word tacit, which basically just means silence, and then end up getting that nickname because I'm so introverted. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole story with it abridged. Normally I explain it like 3 times longer. Let's see. For the Ring of Wonder, what exactly are they basing the gold rates on 50%? It does not increase the total by 50%, but gives you an additional 50%. So let's say, for example, you currently have 250%. It'll make it go to 300%. So it's not a 50% as in like a flat 50% increase. It's 50% as in an extra 50% on top of all the other percents. Also, why did I do that? I already had the win condition fail. But, yeah, it's just adding another 50% to it. So if you have 250, it goes to 300. If you have 150, it goes to 200. If you have 0, it goes to 50. You know, it's just adding a plus 50% to it. So it's not like giving you an extra half. It's just giving you the 50%, which for most people is probably around 20 to 30% extra gold, depending on your bonuses, is what's effectively giving you. Overall, Ring of Wonders, I wouldn't really say is worth it. Especially if you don't have Death Knight Armor yet. Death Knight Armor is just so much better in comparison to it because it's permanent and never expires. But as far as the ring, I feel like it's only worth it if you just started the game within like the last month or two and you wanted to get it just to kind of power level through the like beginning area. At almost any other point, I don't feel like it's as good a value. It's pretty pricey for what it is. Unless you just really wanted to go EXP farming crazy like 1 month or something. And I wouldn't really advise it otherwise. Can we explain the terror part? We still haven't on the channel. We will at some point. Not today. Let's see. Question. After Zugoff, I now have 24 power orbs. Oh gosh, that's a lot of power orbs. Should you craft Enraged Carandera? Yeah, you might as well if you have that many power orbs. That's a lot of power orbs. I don't even have that many power orbs. But, yeah, I think you have enough to spare to craft Enraged Carandera if you don't have it yet. You need the story behind the. Let's see. We'll go for that. I'll throw that down. Yeah, no problem, Nexus. I'll throw that down. $20 gems. And right into another faction. Explode all the things. Alright, can we get anything here? We can end up doing that for the purples, end up just doing a bunch of destroy there. Grab a flask. Get a destroy in there. And that is almost dead at this point. Kill it. There we go. Anything in there? Oh, we did it! Ooh, the shiny Nisha. We've gone so dry for so long. Now if we can only get like 1,000 more of those, we'll be fine. It's huge. Oh no, the stream just died for a moment. Did it die as we got the Nisha? Did you guys see the Nisha? Oh no. The stream just did a mini death again. It was doing that earlier today too. I assume based on chat that we did indeed show. Yeah, stream died for a moment there. I did that once this morning too. Not sure why. It's been so stable lately too. Not sure what's up with it today. It's one of those days. You sold an initial for like 2 seconds. Oh, let's see, throw that down. Oh, we already got our ability to win. Oh, not if it does an extra turn. That was pretty helpful. If he keeps taking extra turns from the board, they're just going to end his turn. I'm not sure why the AI prioritizes that sometimes. And they just keep skipping their turns. Kind of convenient. Pretty convenient. So we're going to flask, and then we basically auto-win. Oh no, it did green. Though it's mostly just for the extra turn, if nothing else. It just greatly, substantially increases the rate at which we can possibly get an extra turn. Which is very useful in itself. Even if we don't necessarily need the mana. It's why if it does like yellow or something else that's similarly useless, it's not necessarily a bad thing even then. Just because the extra turn chance is so high. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to tweak. I don't think they're going to nerf any of the potion troops directly. I think if they're going to nerf anything potion related in this game, they're going to maybe nerf how many gems potions spawn. It always seemed... oh gosh. It always... Stay hydrated. Gosh, what was that? But 7 to 11 gem spawn on it always seems pretty high before they even came out. And now that we're starting to get more options, it definitely does still seem a little high. I wouldn't be surprised if they lowered a little. Not like a huge amount. Maybe like 5 to 10 or something. But I don't feel like they're going to keep it 7 to 11. It does seem like it's going to be reduced ever so slightly. Maybe it's like 6 to 10 or something. Which is only a 1 reduction, but a 1 reduction goes a long ways. Oh, I did that. I already had the win condition. Luckily, the win condition also cascaded into itself. So it worked out. They were already nerfed. They had automatic extra turn with 2 to 4. Oh yeah, I didn't peek at them early because I had a feeling things like that would get tweaked. It's one of the reasons why I don't look at stuff early anymore, or try not to too early. It's because they tend to tweak it, and I don't like memorizing the wrong thing. So I don't tend to memorize it until it's released, or like the week prior. Until we, you know, pretty much definitively know what's going to be. But yeah, that would have been even more broken. 2 to 4 with auto extra turn. So look at how strong 3 guaranteed is with extra turn. Hey, I'll take the purple for now. Get that going. Get her destroy. Get a flask. Wow, that 1 mana doing big plays. Always funny when it happens. It happens a lot more than you think. Like 1 mana doesn't sound like a lot, but when 1 mana and not giving up your turn means the difference of having full mana and not having full mana, it does so much. Even though it doesn't seem like much, because it's literally just 1 mana. But 1 mana with an auto extra turn can go quite a ways in value. Unfortunately, we did not have any way to take purple here somehow, even though we just created 3 purple potions. Which should make it even easier for us to grab some. In theory, at least. I should have taken that blue extra turn, whoops. Come on, any way to take a skull here? Might even be better just a flask there. There we go. Yeah, even without the guarantee extra turn, they still have potential. Like, even a flask without automatic extra turn could still be usable. Though, of course, it's way more usable with it. Like, it's a whole new type of playstyle now because it has extra turn. Which I wish they would do more often. I like weapons that can actually form a playstyle around it. Like, a lot of weapons kind of just come and go and they just kind of exist and just barely do anything. And then there's weapons like this that you basically build entire teams around just because it's so good. There's a couple weapons like that. Rope Dart's another one that comes to mind. Life and Death, of course, too. Where the weapon's just so iconic and strong that it just builds basically a whole archetype of Ting. That's just basically centered around specifically the weapon. Of course, this team existed before this weapon existed. It just fits perfectly into it compared to other options that were used prior. Oh yeah, that would hurt if he's at 30 mana. Trying to give him 1 mana, it's like, oh, nope, no mana for you. No full mana for you. Luckily with Thrall, it's a lot more likely he's going to hit max. Because his mana cost is already so low that 1 is already a good portion of his mana cost. Oh, we got Arania there. Not the greatest, not the worst. Yeah, I wish they would have made Rainbow Snake viable. I always wanted Rainbow Snake to be viable. It has such cool troop art. But unfortunately, it was dead content. But yeah, this is basically Rainbow Snake. This is Rainbow Snake if it was actually made viable. There's so many things they could have done to make Rainbow Snake viable, though. Like up its gem spawn, plus give it a storm to whatever random thing it's doing. So if it's randomly hitting on blue, make it do a blue storm or something similar. That and its random gem needs to be increased to at least 16. I think it's currently 12. Before its mana cost, it needs to be at least 16. Better have his mana cost of like 6 or something similar. Even then, it probably wouldn't be used. It'd be better just to have a higher gem spawn. There's a lot of troops that need rebalance like that, though. That's one of them that I always wanted to be viable when I saw the troop art for it. Then it got released and was like completely dead content upon release and has never been viable ever. Which is rather unfortunate. Because the premise of it's strong. Like, it's basically Flask. It's essentially just a way weaker Flask. In premise, it was good. It was just way too underpowered. Because this basically does random of a color. Everything except brown, anyways. Change Rainbow Snake to create one of all 6 potion gems. Could you imagine? That's just its ability. Just one of every potion gem in the game. I want to see what that would look like if you destroyed the board. If you had one of every potion on the board. I don't think we're getting any troop that does that. I really want that to be a thing now. Not even for Rainbow Snake, just in general. Create one of every potion. That's the whole ability, just that. Just create one of every potion, no extra turn. That would be pure chaos. It'd be almost like an Essence of Evil or a what's the other one called? It'd be like an Essence of Evil or Mirror of Reflection, but for potions. Oh, so you know what else would be kind of cool? A storm that instead of creating a random storm, the storm itself was a random storm. So basically every single turn, it turns into a different storm while still being, you know, the random storm effect. It's like one turn it might be a blue storm, then the next turn it might be a red-yellow storm, and then the next turn it might be a green storm. Like literally a random storm in the sense that it cycles through storms. And it's random every single time the turn switches back and forth. Yeah, the new Mythic Rainbow Fountain gets to create, isn't like 5 potion gems at max? That's a lot of a single color potion. The problem is landing its alignment. Also, it does not feed color into itself, which is a really big issue. Whereas the one that we're getting tomorrow, as well as Flask, feeds into itself. And it's a huge difference when it does and does not feed into itself, because obviously it can infinitely loop on itself if it does. But unless they're changing it, the campaign does not Mythic. I think it was originally going to, but it currently does not feed mana into itself. It's a red, yellow, blue that creates green. Or sorry, that creates purple. It converts green to purple potion gems. So it can create up to 5 purple potion gems. But the problem is it doesn't use purple. So compared to something like Flask and similar, it's just not as good. Because it has a 0% chance to feed mana back into itself. That can still be okay because that can feed into Thrall and maybe one other purple. So it might still be usable. But, I don't know. There's a lot of missed potential. Also, its final trait is very underwhelming. The chance of it enchanting at turn 1 is just way too low. It needs to be like 50% or 100% chance. 15% chance is basically non-existent. Like, that's good when it does trigger on turn 1. But every battle that it doesn't, which is like, what, 1 in 6, 1 in 7, it's going to be a lot worse. Overall, I honestly don't feel like that Mythic's going to be too well. There's probably going to be some kind of weird purple loop with it, though. It uses Thrall and something else that's just going to be absolutely insanely broken. But, I don't know, every other aspect about it I'm not a huge fan of. The only really good thing that it has going for it is that it has a double convert, where one of those converts is creating 5 of the same color potion gem. However, it does require at least 5 green to be on the board for it to do it. Otherwise, it will not create 5. Also, if there's more than 5, it's going to be a bit random where it goes. Because you have no way to know which specific one to be converted unless you have exactly 5 green on the board. Otherwise, you have to predict where it will go. If you have less than 5, you'll know exactly where to go. 5 or less. But if there's 6 or more, you have no clue where the 5 purple gems are going to go. Hello, Kanak. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Gosh, why am my throat being so weird today? It keeps wanting water. Otherwise, it keeps getting crookedy. Oh, okay. We'll end up moving that over. Better not be getting sick again. It doesn't feel like it is, though. I think it's just a lack of hydration. I didn't drink too much today. Needs to be. Oh, so we throw that down. Probably because we were overly focused on the Darkest Dungeon stream. That was intense. It made me even more hyped for Darkest Dungeon 2, playing the end game of that game. Just remind me how good the game was. When it actually gets like super challenging. Oh, there we go. Completely wiped. Would you agree that Guild Wars is stale? The meta doesn't shift as much these days. A lot of guilds kind of already have their things that they like to run, so they keep running it. Also, double empowers are like all over the place. And that combined with books can make it seem a little bit daunting. I feel like Guild Wars has always needed reworks, though. I think the main thing is they just need a really big balance patch. Like a really, really huge balance patch at some point. Where they rework just, like, everything. You know, not literally everything, but, you know, they go through all 1,000-something troops. And then they kind of just analyze, like, okay, these are the ones that needed to be better. These are the ones that might need to be toned down a bit. But ideally, just make all the bad ones better. It can always be very controversial when they nerf things. But, I don't know, they really need to do a huge, huge, huge balance patch at some point. They're just starting to get so many options that they can't simply just keep adding new stuff to try to counter old stuff. Because that's what they do a lot. And it doesn't work when you have over 1,000 troops. You eventually have to go back and rebalance them. The ones that are falling behind. Or the ones that are Thrall. I honestly don't want to see Thrall get nerfed, though, but, realistically, from a balance standpoint, he's arguably the most broken troop in the whole game. He's the best mana accumulator at 6 mana cost as a common. Of course, you need a lot of magic to make that work, but still. And its drawback is basically non-existent. Honestly, even when he first came out, the drawback wasn't that bad. Though his gem spawn was also way worse because there wasn't anywhere near as much magic. But in the current state of the game, taking 2 damage is like nothing. It almost needs to be like that one troop where it takes like 1/4 its life. And even then, Thrall would still be strong. Because you generally don't need more than 3 Thrall casts in a battle. And even if you did cast a 4th time, you could just resummon over top his dead body. So even if it was that, he'd still be so strong. If you could only cast him 4 times before he died. Because in a battle like this, we'll be lucky if we even cast him twice. We normally just cast him once. His ability could literally be die as he casts, and he'd still probably be fine for this team. Because at most we cast it twice. Normally don't need it more than once though. Unless we just really need that burst of mana. And at that point we can just do Leprechaun. Maybe we should have taken an extra turn that was there. But oh well. I really need the purple there. Get the Lycanthropy on him that does nothing. I was like, wait, why are we still getting Lycanthropy gems? Because that one thing. I'm gonna kill it. No Lycanthropy gems for you. Or for me. No one gets Lycanthropy. Kill them all. It's kind of funny because in the past they've actually balanced some troops that are like Thrall, yet they still haven't touched like Thrall, Marilith, Egg Thief, and other similar things that basically do the exact same thing. Because they did it with Ghoul. Ghoul was a troop that basically used to be Thrall with damage, but then they gave it a static amount of destroy, which just made it completely useless then. We've killed Thrall with his ability on occasion. I'm not sure I've ever seen it ever. Even when HP was lower in the game, though that was because he was used a lot less back then too. But I'm not sure if I've ever seen my Thrall die to his 2 damage. Because I don't ever draft him in Arena. He's pretty bad in Arena. Like how he is in Arena is how he used to be when he was released. Like he's just not worth it. But now that Magic is way higher, it's just insane how much value it gives. It's pretty nice. But also very much not balanced. I'd still like to see him be viable though. All you really have to do is just up how much damage he does to himself. There's already troops that do like a portion. The main one I'm thinking of is that one blue common that double death marks. I think he does half his damage to himself or a really high number. I can't remember exactly what it was. If I'm not mistaken, it's a percent of his total max HP, so he eventually dies after X amount of cast. Wasn't that what he did? Let me go double check. Was it called Penitent? I think it was called Penitent. Yeah, Penitent. Oh no, it's only 7 damage actually. Oh, maybe I was thinking of Arena. Since it seems like an Arena he doesn't. Never mind. They didn't give him a percent base one. But this is kind of one of those troops that needed it too. Though his ability needs to be way better to even justify it though. It's pretty underwhelming. But yeah, never mind. They didn't give him a percent thingy. I guess I thought that because of Arena, because he always dies in the X amount of turns in Arena. But that's just because his HP is so low in Arena. Never mind. But yeah, they definitely need to be percent based rather than static number based. Also, Penitent just needs to be better as well. It's very underwhelming. It's pretty much never good unless you just really wanted to mess with a low rarity death mark and you had no other options. What Underworld faction should be the first one to attempt to get 500? There's a couple that are pretty good for that. Alithia, Stonesong Aerie, Crypt. I'd probably say those are the main ones. All Seeing Eye is not too bad. If I had to say one for the absolute first, I almost want to say Stonesong Aerie. There are some annoying things about it, but there's just so many options to win that you're bound to win off of one of them. It's just a bit annoying because if you get really unlucky with resummon, it's going to take forever to do. As long as you don't get too super unlucky and you get lucky while the enemy gets unlucky, you should be fine for it. I feel like Alithia is one of the easiest ones as well. It requires having some amount of magic already though. But the basic premise is you have to magic reduce them before they magic reduce you, and then you kind of just auto win at a point. The hardest battle is actually the in-between battle because you can't just completely cripple their team with magic reduction like you can with the first and final battle. So the hardest battle when you do Alithia is oddly enough the one that you do in between the battles, which is kind of funny. It's not even the final battle necessarily. It's the battle you do before the final battle. Which is one of the only few factions, if not the only faction, where the hardest fight is actually the one before the final fight. Yeah, Lithia is pretty straightforward. Magic reduce them and then you win. And if you get super lucky, you'll magic reduce them and increase your own magic simultaneously. And then you really scale out of control. Probably should use Flask first, but we got the kill in this match. What do we need here? Take a blue over. Not enough Flask yet, unfortunately. Gosh, why is this board all brown? I don't need brown. One of the few colors we don't need. Actually, I believe it's the only color we don't need. Oh, and yellow, actually. There's 2 colors we don't need. Lucky extra turn there. Should be match. Please let me cast before he dies. And now he dies. Oh, he just lived with 4 HP! Wait, why did we not do any damage, though? Wait, did he have barrier? Oh, no! Zugaf! Kill it. What a weird battle. You know what, I might as well just go for Zugaf at this point. Oh, that works too. I don't know. Could you get away with Iron Gut in this team? I guess you could. It'd be a bit slower, though. But yeah, you could theoretically use Iron Gut instead of Zugaf. Because I believe this location also has no mean to devour. Even though we go here because there's no mean to burn, I'm pretty sure there's no mean to devour here either. Why is the board so bad? Flask, save us. Good enough. Here we go. Hello, King Trader! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, if anyone still has any questions, anyone want me to go over, do let me know. Make sure to do so. Otherwise, I think we might start wrapping it up once we get this next chest. And then tomorrow morning, hopefully, as long as they don't crash tonight, we'll go cover the weekly video. But I'm not sure what I'll really mention about the faction because I'm not sure what's up with the faction this Friday. Unless the website itself just hasn't updated, but normally it updates pretty much automatically. So who knows, maybe after reset we'll know. But yeah, we don't know what any of the 4 troops will do this Friday already. Who knows, maybe Salty will be showing on her stream tomorrow. The community manager for the game. I sure hope so, because we don't really know what they are otherwise. Would kind of like to know. If worst comes to worst, we'll have to wait till Friday. Yeah, Yellow Potion's really annoying on this team, but as long as we land extra turn, it doesn't really matter. Because we're already getting so much mana accumulation from the Thrall that the mana accumulation isn't necessarily even the aspect that we need. Oddly enough, the aspect that we're pretty much using off a potion is the capability of it landing extra turn at such a high consistency. It is more viable than it actually mana accumulating the correct mana. Because it basically allows Thrall to automatically hit extra turn. Not like guaranteed, but you know, it's substantially higher than its normal 13 plus red on board kind of aspect. Like that does happen occasionally. However, it triggering a potion into an extra turn is way more consistent than what Thrall could ever do. Because that's almost guaranteed extra turn right there. I know we just went. And even that wasn't our mana, we got it for the extra turn. So we could just recast Thrall and then boom, full mana. Even if it did the wrong potion. Alright, final battle. Why was no information been found on the new delve? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's up with it. Could it be that the website wasn't updated? Or maybe they're just waiting like really last minute to post it? Who knows? Just so people don't peek at it early? Who knows? But yeah, I'm not sure. Normally the info would be up by now. I want a double skull. There's no double skull here though. I'm just gonna flask into the thing and hope we get something rolling. Seems good enough. That should be dead. But I need to go check speedruns live. I wonder if anyone set a world record with the this team. Oh, nice. Hey, ending on an Anu, as is tradition. Nice. We got a Nisha, and we ended on Anu. Great stream. Oh, and some medal out of it. Nice. How many medals do we have of that? Oh, tribute's ready, too. All things are aligning together. 22 gems, nice. I feel like 21s are average these days. Also, I have 9 total Anus. That says 8, but it doesn't count the 1. So we actually have 9, as you can see. Which is why I said 9. Exactly 9. Which is enough to upgrade a legend if we want. I'm not sure if I want to, though. I'm going to keep holding. We're eventually going to get another really meta legend off of something. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be calling it a night for now. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every single night. We'll be going over all of Chapter 4 tasks for this season. So we'll be messing with that. We're not getting anything as interesting as Flask, though, unfortunately. But who knows, maybe we'll mess with Flask a little bit more. We'll mess with the World event, get all the tasks done, go from there. Aside from that, we'll have the weekly video up on tomorrow. We'll be going over all of the normal weekly stuff. We'll go over everything with SoulForge, go over all the weekly events and all that good stuff, and a bunch of teams for all of it. So you can just reference it for the entire week, as always. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Always greatly appreciated. And I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Hope you all have a wonderful week. And I will catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone.